back with more Blackgate, but instead of taking the librarian route, which I think we did last time, we're going to take a different route. So we have the police officer, librarian, bartender, infrastructure worker. So, lots of elimination. We already did this, obviously. Police officer, bartender, infrastructure worker. I'm gonna do police officer just because I want to start from top to bottom. And yeah. So let's see. Alright. It seems you know how to handle yourself and are quite capable of handling danger. Your presence here will be most valuable. You should get to your things. Oh, and Officer Crane will escort you to your new home. There is a cabin on the edge of town. It is modest and allows for privacy. I hope you will find life here enjoyable. As I get up, I am filled with both hope and dread. No, just dread. I should be optimistic. Should. Or maybe I should just run away. The situation can't get much worse. I guess things could get worse. I come face to face with another monster. He's literally Batman. Fascinating. A human. He gets rather close to me, unbearably close. He then reaches out with his slender hand that pinches the skin on my arm. Can I help you? My manners evade me. I'm Officer Crane. It appears I will be bringing you to your abode. Such a rare specimen is wasted when placed at such lengths away from the town. No matter, you will get to know each other very well in the coming time. Creep? Yes, like the butler, and grabs my things. With a wave of his arm, he motions me to follow. He's nice enough to hold the door open for me. Well, follow me, human. The car is out back. What do you wish to be called? My name is Charlie. Charlie, pleasure's all mine, I assure you. No kidding. Leave the police station and head to the back where the vehicles are. We take his police car and drive out to where I will be living. If you could call this living. I'm being forced to work and stay in a place I don't want to be. I have to stay optimistic. At least we're not in a labor camp in North Korea. The place is quite literally populated and it's a rather dense neighborhood. After a little while, we finally make it to the edge of town. This has to be the edge since there is no street lights. Any sign of civilization just abruptly ends. Just a wall of trees with a single road leading to the unknown. The dirt road we come to goes to a slight trail of dense, dark woods. On this bumpy road, we come to a cabin. This is a slasher flick movie set. I keep thinking it's all going to be a prank, but it's not. We get out of the car. I hear the rustling of the trees as I walk up to the cabin. I open the creaky door. It's dark inside. Home sweet home, I guess. Take out my cell phone and use it as a light to find a lamp and turn it on. Well, it's ridiculous. Could be worse. I don't like it. Let's see. I guess it could be worse. It's probably there is electricity way out here. If you find you require anything, my didn't welcome me. The place is not as horrible inside as it is on the outside. A little bit dusty though. Has some elegantly framed nothings on the wall, a fireplace and furniture. There's a rug on the creaky wooden floor, drapes on the windows, and of course lamps. Crane walks farther in after me and goes to the fireplace. He puts a couple of logs in and starts a fire with a lighter. He is silent and sneaks up behind me. I notice him there because of his breath on the back of my neck. Kitchen, living room, bathroom, bedroom, everything is here that I would need. There is electricity and a plug for my phone, so no need to worry there. Although it's not much use except for the radio app to the station. I shall leave you to settle in. If you require anything, left my number by the phone. He points at the old radio phone. Retro. Please contact me when you are awake. We shall retrieve your car on tomorrow. I was ordered to leave the number to the station as well. I look forward to getting to know you, Charlie. Your presence at once is a lifetime opportunity. I must caution you, do not leave the cabin and exit through the woods. I've heard most terrible tales of new citizens leaving in such a manner. It would be a waste of flesh if you did. Well, take them. Thanks, Officer Crane. This will all take some time. You will have plenty of time. Do not worry. I just like to rush. As such, prepare yourself. We start tomorrow. And if you require anything, I'll retrieve all your desires for a price, of course. I do. He says goodbye as he walks out of the door, and I see the car pull back and away. Here I am. A cabin with a light from lamps and a fire crackling in the fireplace. Warm glow is comforting at this time when I need it most. First things first, however, doors and windows. Check to make sure everything is locked. Don't feel like having a monster come barging into here because I did not lock the door or window. Check all the cabin windows, make sure they are all locked. They were not locked before, they are now. Need to find myself a weapon. Looking around, I find a fire poker, which will work well. A little old, but sharp and metal. Has been a long ass day. My stomach hurts. Picture has a fridge and has some food in it with a letter. Just a piece of card with a red pen. It just says welcome. Who put this here? Open the cabinets and find old glasses. Very clean one with the hope I can get some clean water and grab a drink. The water's clean, I think. I carefully inspect it and it is clean. I'm glad for that, but tastes a little bit like pennies. I'm exhausted. The bedroom has a nice bed, actually. Very nice. And the dresser. Shutting the door, I look out the window. So dark and lonely outside. The bed is comfortable though as I just lay down. My eyes are way too heavy. Guess it's time to sleep. After hours of driving, getting arrested, finding out you're no longer where you belong, those take a lot out of you. I feel confused. What just happened? No, seriously. What just happened? How does this place exist? Need to figure out what this place is. That will lead me to an exit. I will search for clues. Search for clues tomorrow, but first, sleep. Night 2. Make sure the music's on. Yeah, it is. I stretch to sleep from my body and look out the window. It's so dark out. Did I sleep the entire day? I check my phone and it says it's 10 a.m. The sun should be shining. And again, a lot of things should or should not be happening. But that has not stopped them. What does this mean? It's like Alaska where it is night for months at a time. At least I feel rested. So I did sleep a good 6 hours. Take a shower and see if I'm truly rested or not. In the shower, I do most of my thinking anyways. I stepped into surprisingly warm water for such a derelict place. The water pours over my head, and the thoughts come like waves. What have I done? What am I to do? Will I ever make it home? Is this it for me? My heart is taken with each straw in my life. I give up hope only one day in. My friends and family, my job and apartment, the video game I wanted to play, and the movie I wanted to see. You shake these thoughts from my head. I had to focus on now and just live, and just survive. Put on some clothes for my suitcase and eat some toast. Hilarious, I was prepared for the trip the whole time. With clean clothes on and a full stomach, it's time to call Crane. On the rings for a moment when I hear a spooky voice answer. Realistic residence. Who was calling? Oh, Charlie. Looking for Crane? I said Crane was anticipating your call. Hold on for a moment. Phone goes silent for a moment and then Crane's voice answers. Charlie, great to these tidies to you. Are you prepared for this eve's work? There are goals on tonight's menu. I'm a bit nervous. I know, I'm nervous. No need to be anxious. It shall be painless. You face no grave dangers tonight. I will travel to your abode in a moment. That way we may travel to the station together. Oh yeah, thank you. I don't really know the area too well. We'll probably get lost. I was too stressed to really remember where I was going yesterday. I hope your mind will be at ease for these coming nights. I will see you soon. We hang up and I wait. I don't know what to do with myself. I just look outside into the darkness. I see headlights coming from down the path and the car has stopped in front of the cabin. A figure steps out. How familiar. Crane shows up after a short period of time. He's not in his police uniform though. He is wearing civilian clothes. Let's just pretend. Hi Crane. Thanks again for picking me up. My pleasure to chauffeur you. Please get in. Crane holds open the door and I get into the car. On the way to the station, I feel a little awkward and tense. A little awkward is putting it lightly. My legs are shaking from anxiety. Ask questions. Maybe it might be the best to ask the questions. Need to know know more about where I am. Hey, Officer Crane. Why is it so dark? Please just call me Crane. No need for useless formalities at this moment. It is perpetually dark in Blackgate. It is lovely, don't you think? Yeah, well, I guess. Wish there was more light. A sun would be nice. A sun would ruin this perfect town. We have to seek shade to hide from such an atrocity. Not all the time, sunlight, just half the time. That is an unagreeable compromise for me, in the least. I prefer the dark. Why is that? He's here to hide and stalk. I don't know what I was expecting. Of course, the bat would prefer the dark. I'm fairly nervous about work and my leg is shaking. Hope it does not bother him. Your poor heart is pumping much too hard. You need to be scared. Just breathe. You can tell what my heart rate is? Figures. I'll try. We make it to the station that we park behind where there are several other vehicles. Most vehicles are pieced together like regular-sized toasters. Few of them are new, or look new, at least. We got out of the car and head to the station. I followed Crane as we walked through. It is time we made your acquaintance with the chief, and we will discuss the primary objectives for the night. Please follow me. Alright, sounds good. We head to the station into an office. Crane knocks on the door and we enter. Sitting on an old, large wooden desk is a rather large board. The office has a musty smell. It feels tight and enclosed. There are papers everywhere, and the name Grizz is on the play card. Chief Grizz, may I present Charlie? He is a new recruit and recently relocated citizen of Blackgate. Crane, always with the manners. Thank you. So Charlie, Vec thinks you might be the best suited working here with us. He is never wrong, you know. I'm certain you can help us protect Blackgate and make it a much better, safer place. We'll have to get you trained and ready, though, before anything dangerous. Lieutenant Jack will handle your training and transition. Yes, sir. I also hear you have a car, and you offered it to us. Thank you for its contribution. It won't go unnoticed. Yes, sir. Regarding your vehicle, you will be assisting Crane in retrieving it. You're fine with this, Crane? Yes, sir. Charlie, please help Crane reclaim your vehicle. Yes, sir. Bowing, Crane leaves, and I think it's my turn to leave as well. Crane is very professional. Maybe he is the way in front of new recruits. We head to the barracks of the station. Crane makes small talk with a few other beasts and creatures. They all eye me as they talk with him. None of them talk with me. It's like they're sizing up a piece of meat or a fish at the market. I feel vulnerable, but Crane makes me feel much more vulnerable than any of these creatures. Though I'm really not scared of Crane. Or maybe a little. He's just giving off huge vampire vibes. The vampire being Crane, goes through the maze that is the station. We head into the locker room. It's not quite as grimy as I thought it would be. Your belongings are in that locker. Everything you need is ready for you. Vec has made all necessary arrangements. Crane turns and goes to his locker a few down from mine, takes off the shirt. Don't peek. I just stay facing my locker and get undressed. At times it feels like I'm being watched, but I try to shake it off as nerves. Yeah. I open the locker and find an outfit that fits me fairly well. I guess Vec has an eye for these things. Once we get dressed, he puts on the boots and ties the gun to his hip. Damn, I don't have a gun because I'm not trained yet. I really like a gun right now. Are you prepared? Jeez, that almost startled me. Maybe giving me a gun is a bad idea. Yeah. Never been part of the police force before, so authority may be misplaced, but there's a lot of trust put on me already. It has to do with me wearing the uniform. It represents something more than me now. So why me? I mean, they tell Vec what I'm good at. Maybe it's because I'm obedient when it counts. Maybe it's because I'm human. Having a police force watch after exposing a dangerous individual is a smart move. Charlie, let's continue with our objective. Feels like I'm being chained to Crane as I hurry up and we leave the station. Are we going to get a tow truck? That will be crude and a waste of gas. We'll drive a vehicle back to the station. What? How? My car broke down. It's typically disabled when you cross the border. Do you still have the keys in your possession? Yep, here they are. Excellent. We're prepared to leave. In Crane's makeshift cop car, passenger seat is a more preferable place to be than the chicken wire and wielded back seat. If we head out, maybe I can actually make some small talk. I'll ask some questions. That's about town. The Crane, what or where is Blackgate? Quite inquisitive. That's not a terrible trait to have, but I'm just anticipating that you would be more knowledgeable. You just call me dumb. To answer your question, Blackgate is but one town of many. It serves as a crossroad between universes. There are other towns like this. Not exactly like this, but similar in the expected performance. One expected performance. That this place and all places like it should act as a barrier that holds the Eternal at bay. The Eternal? And being of unimaginable power and destruction, much like yourself, but on a larger scale. What is that, exactly? I'm sorry, I'm ignorant on the topic. It's not often discussed, and those that do not know of it do not speak openly about it. It's a terror that is all I know. So the town stops it. Merely keeps it at bay, keeps it in check, ties it down to a designated area. What else is the town for? That is it. It's a clueless sanctuary for someone like me. You consider this place a sanctuary? Never had thought this place would be that. It is all on reference. You may dislike it, however I am fond of this town. I see the car now, still where I left it. Quickly things have changed. Now I'm back to get in my car and bring it as a donation. Horribly crazy. It is obscene to think that this is what I must accept. I get out of Crane's police car and I see he is watching more than just me and the car. He seems on edge, looking into the dark wood that surrounds us. Maybe I should hurry and get in. Key turns it back to life. I wonder how they turned it off. Maybe an EMP or something? With that, Crane nods gets in his vehicle and we head back towards town. Paul goes behind Crane and we caravan. Maybe there is really something to be afraid of here rather than these beasts, demonic creatures. I'm not saying maybe. I think I should be doubting anything anymore. Probably heaven or hell for all I know now. Maybe reincarnation is real. I guess I should accept that everything is real. And everything is trying to kill me. Wow. Wait, it sounds like a paranoid schizo. But it's all the truth. Everything I knew and have known now is thrown out the window. All the books and classes, trash. Physics, forget about it. I really trust what I see and feel now, and everything else I thought is maybe garbage or maybe real. I just need to relax and make it back in one piece and then sound mind. Good luck with the latter. Driving through town, I get a better view at the sheer diversity that is Blackgate. I think diversity is an understatement. This is like an extreme melange of beings. Demons, devils, dogs, and donkeys. Succubi, stags, spiders, and sheep. I'm starting to get a little desensitized. Shops and businesses are booming though. I guess not as dead as I may have thought. We finally make it to the station and I pull in with Crane. We're met by Vec in the lot and he's holding more paperwork. He sees us and has this devilish grin. Thank you for being your car in. Here is some paperwork for you to fill out so that we can accurately keep track of inventory. Thank you, officer. Nope, not an officer. Just Vec for you. He says with a wink and hands off paperwork. He's quite charming. Maybe that's his way of getting what he wants. It works though. I just sounded right up my car and I turn in to Crane. He grins as he speaks. I invite you to use my desk to fill out the papers. It's near the center of the station. I'll be patrolling for the long time being. But to complete your task, talk with Lieutenant Jack for your next objective. So for now, I do. Alright, we'll do, Crane. See ya. Heading inside now with the vampire, I already feel much more vulnerable. Walking the hall, crossing the creatures that watch me as I pass. Whispers are thrown about like paper airplanes. I finally make it to Crane's desk and I get to work. These forms are incredibly easy to fill out and find. When it comes to questions about myself, I always find it difficult to divulge personal information. However simple all of this is, it is quite repetitive. My hands grip as I finish the forms. I assume my hand is back to Vec and then find Jack. As I'm about to get up, I see two creatures walk up to my, or rather Crane's desk, and almost quarter me in. Can I help you? Well, I figured we would stop by and meet the new recruit. Rumors are true. A human. I'm Sergeant Phlox, and you're Charlie, right? This is Officer Rotas. Phlox is a strange beast. He's more demon with his horns. He's very hairy with his bottom half being hooves. But he is a satire, except less humanoid. His fur is very black though. I don't know if I said that right. I don't know what that's sat. I don't know. But his fur is very black and his horns are dark, but there does not seem to be much visible skin. He does seem playful-like, and I would like to think whatever that word is would be. I guess I shouldn't have preconceived notions of beings I know nothing about. Judge it too quickly. Be welcoming. It's great meeting you, Sergeant Phlox and Officer Rotas. Rotas looks particularly interesting. He is like a mix between a xenomorph and a lizard. Very thin and streamlined, but very much a predator. Although his skin is leather-like, I guess. No, maybe it's like exoskeleton. Whatever it is, the reddish color, like a brick. Well, I had issues with that. His smile is frightening as he reaches out and I shake his very smooth, talent hand, claw thing. I'm bad at figuring out an enemy of monsters. So you're partnering with Crane, it seems. How is he treating you? He's treating me fine. He's very proper. Well, you better have manners. He is royalty, you know. Well, not from here, but where he came from. Can the same be said about you? No. I'm just a normal average human. How disappointing. I was expecting more from you. Well, I need to get these doctors to Vec and then see the lieutenant. Alright. Well, you take care. Help me. Thank you. See you around. Well, it seems rather nice. I get up and walk towards Vec area of the station and I hear, "We'll be watching." That was a raspy, creepy voice. Yeah, I am wrong in that about preconceived notions. That was almost threatening. Yeah, this is how he talks, or it talks. Two of them are maybe not so nice, now I think about it. I turn to see them half giggling and talking amongst themselves. They're like schoolgirls when they talk about me. I'll pay them no mind and get what I need done. I find Vec a hand in the paperwork. Enough to see Lieutenant Jack. It doesn't take long and I find them in the barracks. Aha, there he is now. He smiles and rushes up to me. He pats my back and wraps an arm around my shoulder, directing me where to go. Now I get to have some quality time with you. Maybe we'll discuss what you'll be doing here, besides getting your car. Alright, sounds great. So, I'll be in charge of your training. Seems like a good fit, I think. I'm always giving training, so it doesn't bother me. Someone's gotta keep everyone up to date, you know? Who better than me? Okay. Well, you see, since you're a human and all, yeah, I can skip simple stuff and head right for the good meat. Much like I assume about things, they do as well. I have a feeling they think I can do anything. Alright. So we're gonna start with the OCC, the Observation Control Center. Basically, it's the eyes and ears of this place. Funny enough, we're right above it. Follow me. We travel down a set of dirty concrete stairs to a door guarded by an officer. He's reading a book as he waves us through. Door is open. We saw roughly 5 or 6 creatures at terminals and instruments, looking at old scientific recording equipment. Strange meters and dials are turned and moved. On the wall is a map display. I'm assuming it's Blackgate. There's like a layer of Bond villain. It's in the room, a demon. Well, demoness with a purple crystal ball. She stares at the gem and periodically touches it. She finally knows we've entered the room and stands up. Her outfit and stance seems authority. She must be overseeing this operation. Well, she is at the ball with spooky ghost light candles around. It really is magic. Why am I not surprised? Her to Lieutenant asks. Equipment. What is all this stuff? Well, we're looking at the border crossings. You can see if anything is coming in through a cut. I can tell basic things about what it is, but not much else. Which is why we are trying to make it better for our officers in the field. Let them know what they're actually running into. Take out my cell phone and show that I can listen to the radio communications, which I see a station for their radio. I've heard you talk about metallic and organic objects that can interpret messages, which was me. I had this phone that I could listen in. Huh? Awesome. Yes, team effort here, trying to find as much info as possible on our targets. Now that you know our OCC, you'll understand what we mean when we see things coming in. But enough of this. You'll be helping with actual guarding and not scarring. Actual guarding? But I don't know if I'm even more physically impressive than the others here at the force. Huh, typical humans. All underestimating their skills. Your guts are what are useful. Now come on. He pokes my stomach as he says guts. Does he mean brains? I follow Jack to the maze at the basement of the station, and we make it back upstairs. Looks like we're going to the offices. Okay, we head to the office, which is only a few rooms down from Chief Chris. The room is smoky. He sits at the office. Well, he sits and offers me a chair, me to sit as well. Jack lights up a smoke and puffs a little. Before you're done for the day, time for a little test. I go, test. Great. Alright, what is it? Just a few questions. None you can't handle, I'm sure. So first question. Hypothetically speaking, Johnny's mother had 3 children. The first child was named April. The second child was named May. What was the third child's name? June. April, May. June? Nope. Johnny. Wait, what? Another? There's a room with no doors, no windows, nothing, and the beast is hung from the ceiling, pulling water on the floor. How'd he die? He drowned. Nope. He's still in the block of ice and he melted with the rope around his neck. One more. What is so fragile that when you say its name, you break it? Silence. Ding, correct. See? You're pretty good. We'll be fine to figure out what is the real danger, what is not. Visit Vic and he'll have your pay. Have a great evening, Officer Charlie. We'll be watching. He says with a wink, and I head to find Vic. Okay? I find him, and without a word, he said, hands me an envelope with some money and a note in it. It reads, "There's enough for food and drinks. There's a bar where I will be eating." It's in red ink. Huh. Just look at me while I'm reading. If I braves would just set things handed to you. Don't you find me wicked? No. Not really, no. That is surprising. How so? I'm half expecting you to go running and screaming and sending a curse or two my way. That doesn't seem to be. Well, in either case, that should be enough to tide you over. So, some words of advice about this town. Quite a place to go. To the library, where I go quite often. Just you read up on your nonfiction. It makes dealing with outsiders easier. Have us be over my post officers and hairdressers. You're also partnered up with Crane. I know from special sources that he likes to go to the park at night. Let me give you directions. Oh, and make sure you leave your uniform here. I don't like wandering inventory. Thanks, Jack. You make being here a little bit easier, which is quite a lot. Well, if you ever need to steal your soul, I'll be more than glad to pick it up. Thanks. I don't know how I feel about the devil talking about my soul. Oh well, I guess I have to force myself to get used to it since City is helpful in giving me directions. Make my way to the locker room, I start to feel alone, like I'm stuck in a cage far, far away from any other cage. This is feeling not so great, but I guess it's part of leaving your life behind. Maybe I should go to the bar, or the park, or the library. Maybe I should stay at home. Pretty soon, I should wake up from this place and be back to normal life. I would rather Earth than this place. Can't be real. How does one manage to end up in such a place? It's like I'm in a coma or something, and I'll force myself to wake up from it. Maybe this is where coma victims go to. I feel so alone. What should I do? Loneliness is the worst, and I see I'm not alone though. See the duo from earlier show up. They come left to the locker room. They see me immediately and Flock speaks up to me. Well, hello there, dangerous. Let's see. You don't see to be as dangerous as everyone makes you to be. I mean, I heard humans were horrifying. Most horrifying things we could ever encounter out here. But you don't have horns, nor spikes or claws. You're not strong or large either. I'd probably rip you in half. Well, he does make a valid point. I am out of my league here, but I shouldn't listen to him. Some high school drama stuff I don't need right now. Just need to get dressed and get out of here. Maybe you're right. I'm not strong and I don't have claws or horns, but you know, I didn't ask to be here. Well, I didn't mean no harm. Maybe just a little. Mr. Norm, get dressed. They're almost dressed. They're in the way though, talking with each other about me. I go to walk out and they barely move. I should turn my way through them and touching them as I do. Faintly I hear a last verbal jab from blocks. They were running off like the last one probably did. Whatever. You're to get our head to, well, where should I go now? I think I can only head to one place. Let's go to the bar. No, I got this note. I don't know where the bar is. Who even wrote it? Maybe I should try to go someplace else. Okay. The park? Curious about cranes, so I walked to this park. The directions are very helpful. During the walk, I passed the townsfolk for the first time on my own. They stare sometimes, which is unusual. Isn't unusual, since I would stare at everyone or everything. They all were so different from me. Because if everyone is different, then no one stands out. Maybe because I'm new to the town. Maybe it's because I'm human. Who knows for sure. I need to get to the park. Why am I going to the park? This is a vacation. It'll allow me to find a crane though. Well, since we're looking for crane, I already played this. So, what we'll do is we'll just save with a gap so we don't get confused. And then we'll go to the main menu. Okay, so as you see, this is Blackgate. We are on the first part of the police route of Blackgate. If you enjoyed this video, of course, like, comment, subscribe, and share, all that fun stuff. I am currently at the goal, like trying to get monetized. I have already hit the watch hours. I need the subs, obviously, to get there. So, of course, if you want to, you can sub. You know, you don't have to, but it would be appreciated. So, I'm just gonna leave it here, and I will catch y'all in the next video.